situational control, part of your game plan, relates to controlling the potential unfolding situation on as many levels as possible. Most people think situational control is just defence. It is defence, which allows you to control personal space between you both, but it's also managing the contact. So we all know defence comes from Jeff Thompson, although it's been around for centuries. He coined the phrase and gave it a concept approach so we can all learn it. And contact management, meaning managing an unknown contact that's about to get close to you, comes from Southman. We all know that, right? So we in UC combine the defence with the management of the contact, which means if this guy approaches me in some way, if he has an agenda, and all of these drills that follow, person has an agenda, right? Instinct tells me something's wrong and I'm right. So he has an agenda, which means if he's in predatory mindset and he's decided to interview or probe me for a victim, he deems me momentarily as prey. Would you agree? Yeah. So I don't want to allow him everything to go his way. I don't want in any way, shape or form to find me reacting to what he does. I want him to react to what I do. So that begins with situational control and contact management. So the second he approaches me, he really wants to get into my personal space. I'm not going to allow that on any level. He also wants to encroach upon me, which means as I'm going about my business, he wants to halt my movement. He's encroaching upon it. So he is dictating the battlefield. He is deciding what's what, and I am reacting. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take that away from him immediately. The way I'm going to do that, second he walks towards me, here, I'm going to contact manage and make him react by reorientating to me. That's what contact management is. Most people will pause, turn, reassess the situation, and then continue. Right? In this case, his pause is going to be very short. He is going to stop, reorientate, and then come forward because it's on. Right? There's no pattern interrupting his thinking. For the purpose of this drill, I'm going to show it without a pad. So my act of preemption is not really available because the second he reorientates to me and comes forward rather quickly, I am reacting to that. But because I've situationally controlled enough to create enough space, I've created a little bit of distance, which gives me an opportunity to make a further assessment. So my first assessment was, he's quite hostile. Oh, no, he's not going to fucking stop me. Second assessment, he's coming forward, and then I'm going to hit him on his way in. So he does this, then he turns, and he does this again. Much more fucking information than that you need to know you've got to do so. Right? You know, you could backpedal and start to try and talk him, or I recommend you just hit the cunt. So the concept that you're actually employing here is not so much a preemptive strike, it's more of a stop hit. You're hitting him on the way in. Yes? You're hitting him on his preparation to hurt you. In order for him to touch me, he has to come to me. And like Bruce Lee said, this gives you the opportunity to intercept. I'm hitting him on the way in. So understand there's 3 entries into confrontation. One entry would be, there's just introductory dialogue here. I've decided I need to do something and I preempt. That's proactive. The other is there's a bit of distance here. I'm trying to talk it down, he's not listening, and then he rushes in, and as he rushes in, I hit him on the way in. It's a stop. And the other is that I don't get a chance to do anything like that, and he's first of the show, boom, he hits me first, in which case I need to cover and then explode out of the cover. Reactive. So the first one's preemptive, second one is reactive, third one is counter-reactive. Do you understand? Even preemption is not you going first, really. He started it. He started it for being a cop. He started it coming towards me and making me feel threatened. That's why I trusted my instincts, saw the pre-threat cue and hit him first. We call that preemption. The true preemption would be, I just walked up to him, he's done nothing to me, and I hit him, just in case. That's real preemption, isn't it? Yeah. You are reacting. No matter if somebody says to you in court, you hit this man first. Give the criteria as to why you did what you did. Because if I could, he's coming towards me, move and go this way, I would have. Now here we're talking about sudden encroachment. He is stopping me from doing what I need to do. So the drill is simple. He walks towards me, keeping the pad up all the time. Here, walks towards, right contact manage. That's the first drill. Dealing with encroachment via situational control. Yes? Another example of situational control. I understand situational control means controlling the situation on as many levels as possible. So just there, you control proxemics, and you also control the environment. You put yourself where you chose, and put him reactive to that. So if that was environmentally where you're walking towards him, and behind you is a busy main road, and he suddenly stops you, he's here, your back's to a busy main road. That makes you vulnerable, right? Yep. But if I step past him and make him reorientate, his back's to the busy main road. So regardless if there's more than one subject, which is why we contact manage, it's also environmental. Yeah? If the guy stops me here and he stood by a table full of potential improvised weapons, then he has the advantage to do this. Whereas if I move and make him reorientate, I might put that advantage in my ballpark and not his. Yeah. So I'm controlling the situation environmentally. But by the fact that I'm using an assertive looking physical boundary, and I'm probably using a verbal boundary as well, I'm also controlling this on a psychological and emotional level, because I'm taking charge. Does that make sense? So situational control is a lot more than just defence. And it can be employed when somebody encroaches you from anywhere. So here's an example. Let's say that this is a brick building. I'm stood just fucking no cover for status, no fucking real reason to be here, but I'm here. Yeah? Let's say that this guy walks from this side over here, don't need a pad, and he walks past me, work here, so you're close proximity, that's it. He walks past here, and then there's a correlation of movement, falling behind him. Yeah? So, guy stood here, you walk past, he falls in behind. Most people won't even fucking notice. They are so fixated. Texting on their phone, I won't even see it. I'll give you this as an experiment. Next time you see someone texting on their phone looking past you, look behind them. Get as close to them as you can. See if they notice. They won't fucking notice. If they cross the road, cross the road. They won't even see that. Right? But if you do see this person, as you should. So one way to make sure that you see this person, even without turning around, is to use the environment to your advantage. Somebody who is street smart, let's say we walk past Debenham's department store. What's the wall of Debenham's department store? Windows, isn't it? So if there's a correlation of movement and I see somebody behind me, all I've got to do is look in the window, I can see what he's fucking up to. If there's cars this side, all I've got to do is check the reflection to see what he's doing. If he's just walking like this aimlessly, it's probably nothing. But if it triggers my instinct that there's a potential problem, would it be more useful for me to do something about it so that I can control the situation, and that's situational control, or ignore it and go into denial? Think, no, it'll be all right. What do you think? I should control it. So how do you control the correlation of movement? Here's how. He stood, let's say, by this wall, right? And let's say that this is a standard UK pathway, and that this is a road, right? I walk past him, he falls in behind me. Depending on what gives me greater thoroughfare, I would now step offline and do something with congruent behaviour that suggests I've forgotten something. So if he has got no ill intent towards me whatsoever, or he's oblivious in his own fucking world, he just happened to follow in behind me at that moment, coincidentally, he will not even notice me move offline. He will take no notice whatsoever. And it will look like, right, this. So I'm walking past, he falls in behind, and now I'm behind him. Yeah? This is a really good habit just to practice. Practice it. Walk down the street, there's someone behind you, I do it with her all the time. We're walking, I'll go move over it. I'll do that. And then the person that walked past me, now I'll walk behind them. So if it's somebody that is got ill intent, you've just made them. You've just shown that you know the game. Now, they may decide against it and keep moving, so they abort, or they might be forced into showing their hand, right? So let's say he's walking past me. I intend a correlation of movement. I didn't stop. I want to ambush. I want this. That's what I want. If he fucks with that, he throws a spanner at it. He controls the situation on the next level by moving offline, patting his pockets. When you move offline and pat your pockets, it's got to be congruent. So what have I got? How do you describe my face? Vexed. Confused, a little bit vexed, looking for something. Let's say he stops and he makes eye contact. I'm like, fucking, I've got my kids, I forget my fucking head if it weren't screwed on. I might talk to him like that. Alright? But let's say that, as I said in the beginning of these drills, he's got an agenda. He's got intent. It doesn't matter what I do, he's going to give me something in his head. Right? So I'm that person, right? He walks past me, here. I fall in behind, he steps off line. Did you fucking say me?
Yeah, I didn't say
Did you fucking
mate.
say me?
Nothing, mate.
Yes, so I'm still coming forward. Yeah? I've realised, oh, he's seen me, is he? Okay, well, fuck it, it's on anyway. Yeah, so this is a good tactic to implement as a habit, because it gives you regain of control of the situation from somebody that's behind you. It can, if the person has ill intent, show that now I see you, motherfucker. Because what advantage does he have there compared to there? Right, here I've got ambush. Here he's got prevention. Do you see? He's controlling the situation. I feel quite fucking confident if I can hit this cunt from behind with a brick. I don't feel so confident doing it while he's looking at me. And that's the majority of little bullies out there who want an easy victim. So that in itself might make me go, oh, do you know what, fuck it. Yeah, I'll pick somebody else. But you've got to expect the worst. What if I'm a committed thug? You know? And in fact, I didn't really run away with you anyway. I want the fight, let's have it. Well, I'm still going to do my shit, aren't I? Only difference now is he's got a tactical platform where he could do something about it, hasn't he? Yeah? So that would look like, you've got your pan on. Again, you can use the idea of, for the purpose of the drill and quickness, I'm just giving you a drill on situational control. We're going to drop the cunt with one shot. But you should randomise the feed when you do it. One's not enough, you have to throw one back. And sometimes there's still not enough time to preempt. Maybe he turns and he reorientates to you, but this time he tackles you. Or this time he throws a shot, and now you are counter-offensive. I just want you to get the dynamic. Yep. So the dynamic is, I walk past, I recognise he falls in behind, I move offline to pat my pockets, which would make him move past me and then reorientate. Make it. So what you're doing is this is the behaviour. Let me be the predator here, watch. You walk past me, I fall in behind, move offline, I pause, I come back. Got it? Again. So I'm here. If I recognise him and I get an instinct here, what else could I do? I'll go this way. Yeah. Let's say that I don't act straight away by moving offline. How can I check? Well, I walk past him, he falls in behind. I cross the street, he crosses the street. See the pattern forming? Yeah. But for now, he's here, I walk past him, he falls in behind, I move offline. I'm now facing him. He now chooses whether to abort or not. In this case, he's not going to abort. He's going to do the same thing. Right, so I walk past, falls in, offline, pocket, he comes back in.
Mate. You didn't say what's pocket,
See the deal? Yeah. That's what you're doing. And I want you to take that to a level where that shot just stuns him and there's a need to continue and follow up. Make sense?
Yeah.
Right,